this video, Falcon and the Winter Soldier sucks and really piss you guys off. But you know what? Today, I'm gonna be more nice. Or, I'm gonna try. Mostly because the show really isn't that bad, unlike other Marvel shows. Cough, cough, WandaVision, cough, cough. Slap that dislike button. Now, don't get me wrong, the show still has its problems, and I will voice them. I mean, have you seen this channel? But so far, it's nowhere near as bad as WandaVision. Slap that dislike button. So the show begins some months after the Thanos shenanigans, and Falcon gears up to try and rescue some army dude from terrorists or something. So Sam flies into the terrorist plane and proceeds to get his ass beat by that French dude from the Winter Soldier movie who got his ass beat by Captain America. Anyway, the terrorists jump out of the plane with these flying squirrel suits with the random army dude. So over the course of like 10 minutes, Sam proceeds to take them out one by one. Which was fine, but if Sam had a gun, the scene would have been like 5 minutes shorter. The only weapon Sam has is that weird bird toy thing on his back, which is probably why he got his ass beaten in the first place. Anyway, Sam manages to rescue the random army dude, but Frenchie manages to escape. So we'll see him maybe later, who knows. While all this is happening, Sam's army groupie is on the ground just cheering him on. Like seriously, this dude is like just standing on the ground. He's like, yeah, Sam, you can do it. Like, what the hell was this dude's purpose even? So Sam takes his groupie out for lunch, and the groupie dumps a crap ton of exposition on Sam about the flag snatchers who want to destroy the world's borders or something stupid like that. I don't know. And the groupie goes to spy on them. Back in America, Sam gives a speech about Captain, but he refused to become the new Captain America and donates the shield to a museum, which is definitely not a very stupid idea. So then Iron Man's best friend comes in, whose name I don't remember. He's a dude with a broken back. Anyway, he tells Sam to get off his ass and be the new Captain America, but Sam is like, no. Meanwhile, back at the plot, Bucky has a nightmare about being the Winter Soldier and murdering a bunch of Russian dudes and a random Asian dude for like no reason. Also, does anyone miss his cool Soviet arm? Cause his new arm looks kinda lame to me. Slap that dislike button. Anyway, Bucky goes to a shrink and talks about making amends, and the shrink roasts him for being lonely as hell and says that he needs to make new friends. Later on, Bucky goes to eat lunch with this old Japanese dude, and the old guy is the ultimate wingman and gets Bucky a date. Oh yeah. But then the ultimate tonal whiplash happens, and everyone gets sad when the old dude talks about his dead son. Which is sad and all, but the tonal whiplash just gave me like a headache. That was just so sudden. They're just like, oh yeah, we're having a good time, dead son. It was like a second. It made no sense. Meanwhile, Sam goes to talk to his sister about a boat, and who the hell cares? So Bucky goes on a date with the girl and they play Battleship. So thank you for the A1 date tips. And they have a good time until she brings up the old dude's son. So Bucky gets really bummed out and just straight up leaves without saying anything. If this is not the greatest date in the history of television, I don't know what is. Anyway, it turns out that the Asian dude Bucky shot in the face in the flashback is the old guy's son and is Jose. But can we talk about how huge of a coincidence it is that Bucky is friends with the one dude whose son he murdered? That's just way too much of an asshole for me. Meanwhile, Sam's groupie friend goes to Switzerland and gets his ass beat by a bank robber with super strength. And this scene is hilarious because the groupie pulls out a gun and then proceeds to walk into the arms of the dude with super strength. Dude, what the hell is wrong with you? Meanwhile, Sam and his sister try and get a loan to save the boat, even though his sister wants to sell it, but Sam doesn't want to sell it because something about legacy, I don't know, and I don't care. Later on, the groupie sends Sam a selfie of him getting his ass beat.
You serious?
Then at the end of the episode, it turns out that the government has given Cap's shield to another dude, I don't know who he is. He's just like a random ass dude, and now he's crowned the new Captain America. So, let's get into the stuff I actually liked about this episode. Pretty much liked everything having to do with Bucky. I like how he's trying to deal with his trauma and trying to amend his mistakes. Also, his fight scenes as the Winter Soldier is pretty good. It's pretty kick-ass. But why doesn't he speak Russian when he murders the Russian guy? That was really weird to me. But, it is just a nitpick. Also, like the setup to the show, which is what this episode is. But it does leave the door open for a brilliant storytelling. And we'll see what happens. Also, the show gave off a Winter Soldier vibe, which, in my opinion, is one of the best Marvel movies. So let's hope the show is at least as good as the movie. Also, I like that Sam doesn't become Captain America just yet. It would have been weird to see him as Captain America right away. And probably the best thing the show has done so far was to keep me entertained. So far, unlike WandaVision. Slap that dislike button. Anyway, let's get into the stuff that I didn't like. So I know that this was made on a TV budget, but the CGI looks like a PS4 cutscene sometimes. Especially when Sam is flying around everywhere. Literally everything is CGI, and you can tell that it's CGI. But at least it's not as bad as a terrible fight in Black Panther, so I'll let it slide. Also, there's a lot of shaky cam during the fight scenes, and I loathe shaky cam. Shaky cam is the bane of movie existence. Now, I said I liked Bucky's fight scenes, and I do, but Sam's fight scenes, the hand-to-hand ones at least, are terrible. They are ass. It's just a bunch of quick cuts and shaky cam, and it is dizzy, disorienting, and terrible. Also, some scenes are shot really weird, like when Bucky's talking to the shrink. I don't know if that was a deliberate choice or not, but it just looked really weird. So I said I liked Bucky's storyline, and I do, but what I didn't like was Sam's boat storyline, and it was really boring, and I just couldn't give a crap about it. The boat, or Sam's sister for that matter, because we just met her, and let's just say she didn't get exactly the greatest introduction. And the scene at the bank is absolutely the worst scene so far in the show. It was so cringy that it reminded me of WandaVision flashbacks. Slap that dislike button. So for now, it left a good impression on me, but we'll see if it can keep this momentum up. Just fix the action scenes and focus less on the boat stuff, and I'll be happy. But that's it for me now. But please let me know if you want a review for every episode each week, or if I should do what I did with WandaVision and just do a big ass review right at the end. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, dislike, share, subscribe, all that nonsense. And goodbye.